I worked the front desk at a Sydney hotel. American guests checked in, saw our staff elevator, and demanded access. I explained it's for housekeeping only. He said I paid for a suite. That means all elevators. Told him guest elevators were faster anyway. He insisted the staff one must be premium since it's restricted. Stood there blocking housekeeping for 10 minutes, arguing about elevator discrimination. Finally wrote it down one floor. Came back few minutes, stopped at every floor, and smelled like cleaning supplies. And this is exactly the level of detail. I tracked so you don't have to. If you're the kind of person who actually enjoys understanding why these cultural collisions happen, you're in the right place. Stick with me and subscribe. Asked why we tricked him into using the worst elevator. Sir, we didn't trick you. You demanded it. Australian cafe, American asked for coffee. I asked what size. He said medium, I clarified. Long black. Flat white. He repeated, medium coffee. Regular. I explained we don't do sizes like that. He said everywhere has small, medium, large. It's universal. Made him a flat white. He complained it wasn't enough liquid. That's a flat white, mate. Worked Gold Coast Resort. American claimed our king beds were queens. Showed him measurements. He said Australian inches must be smaller. They're not. He Googled it at reception. Went silent. Checked out early? Those were just warm dash-ups. I serve at a Munich beer hall. American couple finished dinner, left coins on the table. Exactly €2.47. Bill was €67.50. I brought their change. Assuming they miscalculated, the man pushed it back. That's your tip. 15%. I thanked him, but explained it was roughly 3%. He pulled out his phone calculator, showed me his math. He'd calculated 15% of the bill, then converted it to euros using an exchange rate from 2019. His phone still said €2.47 was 15%. I gently explained current rates. He said, I locked in this rate before leaving America. It's valid for my whole trip. His wife nodded like this made perfect sense. I explained exchange rates change daily. He insisted his bank confirmed his rate for 2 weeks. I brought our manager. Manager explained the same thing. American demanded we honor his rate since he'd planned his budget around it. Asked if we were calling him a liar. My manager said no, just explaining currency markets. The American announced they'd handled it correctly by American standards, and those should apply since his money was originally American dollars. And if you're noticing the pattern here, the confidence, the certainty, the flawless commitment to the wrong conclusion, that's the exact dynamic I break down every week. Most people miss these deeper behavioral patterns. Subscribers don't. Left the coins. Wrote a review saying, we tried to scam him with fake exchange rates. I'm a pharmacist in Paris. American tourists marched in demanding Tylenol, specifically 500-count bottles like Costco. I showed him paracetamol boxes, 16 tablets each. He asked where the real sizes were. I explained French regulations limit quantities. He said that's why we need freedom, claimed France must have a painkiller shortage. I assured him we don't, insisted we must, otherwise we'd sell normal bottles. Asked if this was about healthcare rationing. Sir, you can buy multiple boxes. He wanted the bulk discount. There is no bulk discount. He said that's communist. Demanded to speak with the head pharmacist. I am the head pharmacist. He asked for my credentials. I showed him my degree on the wall. He squinted at it and said, this is in French. How do I know it's real? Because we're in France. He wanted to see an internationally recognized certification. I explained French pharmacy licenses are EU recognized. He said the EU doesn't count in America, so it didn't count for him either. He finally bought 2 boxes. Asked me to write a note confirming France has a medication shortage for his travel insurance. I declined. He left, muttering about European socialism. Tokyo train station attendant here. American tourist insisted on buying a round-trip ticket. I explained, we don't sell round trips, you tap in and out with the same card. He said that's inefficient. Asked how we track where people are going. I explained the fare calculates when you exit. He said, So I could just exit anywhere? Yes, but you'd pay for that distance. He found this suspicious. Called it an honor system that obviously gets exploited. Sir, the gates won't open if you underpay. He accused me of contradicting myself. Spent 15 minutes convinced he'd discovered a loophole in our system. Kept saying, but what if I? Followed by scenarios our system already prevents. Finally bought the IC card. Left the station. Came back 30 minutes later, confused why his card had money missing. Where did you go? Just to the mall and back. Right, that's what you paid for. He thought the card was like a day pass. Asked why nobody explained the rules. Sir, you wouldn't let me finish explaining. Work at a Stockholm supermarket. American tourist approached, asked where the American section was. We don't have one. He seemed confused. For American products? We have some imports scattered throughout. He wanted them grouped together for convenience. I explained our organization, system dairy together, snacks together, regardless of origin. He said that's confusing. What if I want something from home? You'd need to know what product. He stared blankly. That's not how stores work. He wandered off. Came back with peanut butter. This is Australian. Yes, popular brand here. He said he wanted American peanut butter specifically. I showed him American brands we carry. He examined them. These are made under European regulations, so they're not real American peanut butter. Sir, they're made by American companies. He read the labels. Everything was in Swedish. He claimed this proved they were European knockoffs. The ingredients are the same. He insisted American peanuts taste different because of the soil. Asked if we had any flown in from America. We do not specially import peanut butter by air. He bought nothing. Said he'd find a real American store. Good luck, mate. Front desk in Oslo. American guest complained about his room key not working at 3 a.m. I apologized. Made new keys. He asked why it happened. Sometimes cards demagnetize. He asked what he'd done wrong. Nothing. It's random. He insisted he must have done something. I assured him he didn't. Said American hotels tell you the rules so it doesn't happen. There are no rules, it's technical malfunction. He looked disturbed. So it could happen again? Unlikely, but possible. He wanted a room that doesn't have this problem. Sir, all key cards can potentially demagnetize. He asked if we had rooms with better technology. It's the same system throughout the hotel. He requested a written list of things that demagnetize cards so he could avoid them. I explained it's usually just proximity to phones or magnets, but it's unpredictable. He asked why we use such unreliable technology. I mentioned most hotels worldwide use key cards. He said American ones work better. They use the same technology. He disagreed his cards at home never fail. That's fortunate. He asked to speak with engineering. Our engineer explained the same thing. The American asked if Norwegian electricity was weaker, and that's why. No, sir. Same voltage standards. He checked out a day early. Said our hotel was too unpredictable. Rent bikes in Amsterdam. American family came in, asked for helmets. We don't provide them, they're uncommon here. The father was horrified. How is that legal? It's just not our cycling culture. He said his kids could get hurt. I explained Dutch infrastructure makes cycling very safe. He insisted helmets are mandatory everywhere. They're not mandatory here. He said that's neglect. Asked if we were liable when his kids got injured. I offered to direct him to shops that sell helmets. He wanted them included in the rental price like normal countries. Launched into a speech about American safety standards. I nodded politely. He asked how many cycling deaths we have. I didn't have statistics memorized. He said, exactly. Because you're covering it up. Sir, the Netherlands has among the world's safest cycling. He claimed that's impossible without helmets. Explained our infrastructure again, dedicated lanes, traffic lights for bikes, driver awareness. He said infrastructure doesn't prevent head injuries. Asked why we were anti-safety, his wife suggested just buying helmets. He refused on principle. They rented bikes anyway. Returned them an hour later. Said cycling here was too dangerous because cars didn't give them enough space. Sir, you were in the bike lane. Cars aren't supposed to be there. He said in America, Cyclists ride on the road shoulder. Different system here. He asked for a refund since we misrepresented safety conditions. No refund. He threatened to report us to American Embassy. For what? Child endangerment. Your children didn't endanger. Left absolutely furious. I sell coconuts on Copacabana Beach. American tourist asked how much. I said 10 reais. He handed me a US dollar. I explained we use reais. He said dollars work everywhere, not here. He insisted Brazil accepts dollars as guidebook said so. Maybe at major hotels, not beach vendors. He pulled out the book, showed me a section about currency exchange. I explained that meant exchanging money at banks, not spending dollars directly. He said I was being difficult. Asked why I wouldn't just take the dollar. Because I need to pay my supplier in reais? He suggested I could exchange it myself. Sir, I'm selling coconuts, not running a currency exchange. He calculated that $1 equals about 5 reais, so his dollar should buy 2 coconuts. Exchange rate was actually 4.9, but I don't accept dollars regardless. Tried explaining again. He accused me of price discrimination against Americans. I charge everyone 10 reais. He said refusing dollars is discrimination. I pointed to another vendor. He takes reais too. American marched over. Same conversation happened. Came back. He's also discriminating. Sir, we're in Brazil. He asked where the nearest place that accepts dollars was. I directed him to currency exchange 3 blocks away. He said that's too far, his coconut would get warm by then. They're served cold from the cooler. He stared at his dollar, stared at my coconuts, asked if I'd accept half now and half later after he exchanged money. That's not how this works. Finally left. Came back 20 minutes later with reais, bought 1 coconut, drank it in silence. Sometimes the coconut isn't the only thing that needs opening, it's the mind. If these stories made you laugh, wince, or suddenly understand people a little better, imagine having this level of clarity on tap every week. That's what subscribing gives you. I'll keep telling these stories either way, but the people who subscribe, they're the ones who stay 3 steps ahead of the confusion. These stories keep coming. Every shift brings new confident confusion. If you've witnessed Americans abroad reaching peak certainty about things they've completely misunderstood, I want to hear them. Because somewhere right now, someone's explaining that stop signs should be in English for international travelers, and I need that story.